my talk title today is Now What? I think it's very appropriate. So we're having a great day. Now what? We're having a rough day. Now what? We're having a so-so day. Now what? I've had a very challenging week leading up to today. And I bet a lot of you have had a very challenging week leading up to today, or month, or 2, or 3, or 4. I started a search for a counselor online. There's a Psychology Today website where you can find online counselors that you can do telehealth. So you can talk to them while you're at home. And I titled my introductory statement to a bunch of them that I sent out, Parkinson's, Anxiety, and Rage. Oh my. That was my title in the subject line, looking for a counselor. So that's some of my stuff, and I'm sure you've got your own little list, something, something, and something. Oh my, this is what's going on. Now what? What now? What do I do now? I'm feeling all this stuff. What do I do now? I don't know. Oh yeah, I breathe. Let's breathe together. First I breathe. Let's breathe again. And let's sigh on the way out. Maybe another big one. Breathe it in. Let it go. Now let it go really big. Ready? Breathe it in and go. Let's do another one of those. A friend of mine who's been a counselor for over 40 years, she learned a new thing that she's been doing every night before she goes to bed. And I don't know the name of it. I'll find out. But it's basically, you let your body and your voice and yourself express and feel whatever it was that you didn't express and feel throughout the day, and to move in any way that you need to move in that time. So I've been kind of doing that without knowing that I was doing something that good for myself, because with Parkinson's, I get what I call the jigglies. I get fidgety. So I get up in the middle of the night, sometimes, 10, 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm in bed trying to, they'll just go away. The jigglies go away. Nope, they need to move. So I'll go out in the living room and I'll put some music on and I dance around in the living room. And I look like I'm fighting bees because I'm dancing in the living room like this. I'm swinging my arms, I'm kicking my legs, and I'm looking like I'm fighting off a bee attack. And I don't care because nobody's in there at 3 in the morning. But even if they did see me, I don't care. Because I just did it. Exactly. Because I don't care. And sometimes I'll be in public, a lot. I'll be in public at a movie or a play. I can't sit for 2.5 hours. I get jiggly. So I'll go stand in the aisle, try to be in like a corner where I won't distract anybody. And I'm just sitting there watching the play or the movie like this, trying to not be, distracting for anybody. But that's what I got to do. So how many of us remember when you were younger, you really cared what you looked like in public and what other people thought? You really cared. I mean, I cared a lot. I cared a lot what other people thought. And I didn't know until years later when I was a drama teacher. And I would tell my students, we worry so much, because I would see 4th, 5th, and 6th graders starting to just close down in their creativity and their expression. Girls at 11, something happens at 11. They go from brave and fearless to I can't do anything. I think it's puberty. But we have this thing, and we worry about what other people think. And I remind my students, half the people are going to look at you and think you're cool. Half the people are going to look, or maybe 3/4, 2/3 of the people are going to look at you and think you're weird. Even if you're just sitting there doing nothing. And a bunch of the people are going to not even see you because they're worried about what you think. they're worried about what everybody else is thinking about. So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do in the world. As long as you're not hurting yourself or somebody else, go out there and be crazy, dance around, jiggle around. Who cares? Who cares? So my friend said, just do this right before bed. Find a safe space that you can move around and not bang into the furniture, and just go crazy and make all the sounds you want. I'm going to make some crazy sounds. I love you. I'm so bad right now. I just want to punch someone. Oh, I love myself. I'm so pretty. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, stand up if you're willing. If you're willing, stand up. I'm going to move this so I don't run into it. I'm going to create a safe space for myself. You don't have to. You could even do it sitting down, and you could do really quietly with just your fingers. Nobody will know. I'm going to invite you, if you want to, you could even close your eyes, and then nobody's going to see you. But don't fall over, because I don't want you to like be moving around and then bang your hands or anything. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Big Bill's gonna throw it away now. Throw it away. Whoosh. And kind of wipe it off yourself. Fluff your own aura. Get it all off you. And then you go to bed. Yes?
I can't exactly control the volume going to Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zoom people. Sorry about that, Zoom people. We'll be quieter after this, maybe. Thank you, Zoom people, for your patience. We appreciate you. Well, we hope so. How do you feel? You feel a little better? We all have to have, my mom used to talk about having a silent temper tantrum, because in the middle of the day, if you're in the grocery store, you don't necessarily want to do that. But you could go into pretty much any bathroom and close the door and go in there and go. And then come out, and then you're fine.
And you got pink cheeks.
And you got, well, I always have pink cheeks. So again, I don't care. Yeah, then you get rosy cheeks and you look all healthy. So now what? Now what? The world is crazy. The world is crazy. And the world has always been crazy. I saw this great quote. We are doing a book study for the winter book read through interfaith this year. And it's called Your Heart Was Made for This. And I was going to lead a group, and then I got very clear I'm not supposed to lead a group this time. I've done every other time we've done it. And I'm doing a lot of things for me right now to take care of my physical self, my mental self, my well-being. And I got really clear that leading a group right now was not the time for me. So I said no, which is weird for me. I don't like committing to things and then having to pull out of them, but I have to do that more often these days. What now? I'm not as count-onable as I said. I think that needs to be a word, uncount-onable. I'm not uncount-onable as I used to be. Now what? Am I still okay? Am I still a good person? Am I still valuable? Of course, of course. So I picked up the book the other day. I haven't even looked at the book. So it was very clear I was not supposed to lead a group this time. But I picked up the book and I opened it up and I went, well, why haven't I been reading this book for the last month? I probably would have had less anxiety. I had my second ever panic attack on Wednesday and had a friend of mine take me to the hospital. I don't have that kind of anxiety in my life. That's not how my stuff expresses. And in the last couple of months, I've had more rage and anxiety than I've ever had in my entire life. Part of that is Parkinson's. Part of it is, it's just part of what happens. So we're playing with my meds. I'm getting on some good meds. Meds are good. Meds are God too. I used to have a lot of discomfort about pharmaceuticals, and I don't like all of them. But if I believe what I say I believe, that every single thing is God, every atom, every cell, every particle of everything is God, well, then God's in the medicine too. Everything is God. Even the craziness is God. Because there's a movement that's happening. There's an awakening that's happening that can't happen any other way. That's my belief. That's my belief. That's what I hold on to. And in the meantime, I really want to urge all of us to do every self-care thing we can. And then if you feel called to action, look for those places that are action items for what you believe in, what you want more of, not what we're against, but what we want to see more of in the world. When we're pushing against something, we're creating more force. When we are pushing towards something, pulling towards something that we want more of in this world, then the energy aligns with us. So I opened the book, like I should have been reading this for a while. I've also had gotten way out of my spiritual practice, my own personal spiritual practice. I'm admitting to you freely as a minister. I just stopped doing a bunch of things that I used to do daily to take care of myself, to ground my feet in what I know in my heart and in my mind and in my soul to be true. And that is every single thing is spirit expressing. Everything. Because I can breathe in that space. So I read a great quote at the beginning of the very first chapter. A seed refuses to die when you bury it. A seed refuses to die when you bury it. That is why it becomes a tree. A seed neither fears light nor darkness, but uses both to grow. Matshona Diliwayo, Matshona Diliwayo. A seed refuses to die when you bury it. We can't be buried. We will grow in it, whatever they try to bury us in. A seed refuses to die when you bury it. That is why it becomes a tree. A seed neither fears light nor darkness, but uses both to grow. And the breaking open to grow must be terrifying. Because the seed is just this little thing. And then it starts to break apart and fall apart and become something bigger. So I believe that whatever's happening to me, to us, to the world, is breaking us open in a new way. I can't see it. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what happens next. None of us do. I was reading about anxiety and worry, and it's projecting stuff that we really have no idea about. We have no idea what's next, what now. We don't know. We think we know, or some people think they know, but we don't really know. How often in your life have you gone along thinking that everything was going to unfold in a particular way, and then your whole life took a left turn? Everybody had that experience? Yeah, because we're human. That's life. I didn't think I was going to the hospital on a Wednesday. I went to the UPS store and went home and thought, like, my chores are done, I can relax now. And then I realized, no, I need some help right now. And I have people on my property that I come up and I say, take me to the hospital. And they say, okay, no questions asked. So for all of us, we need to cultivate friendships, relationships. We need to open to those, even if it's one person or two people that we can call, that we can cry on, that we can fall apart. And they love us, even when we're mad, even when it's ugly, even when we don't know what's going to happen. There is something within us, each one of us, that knows a bigger truth. There's something within each of us that is the one life. All of us, just run your hands down your arms, touch your face, your head, your beautiful throat, all the things that work in your body, or maybe aren't working as great as they used to, but they're still there. All the things about your body that are good. Just love this being, this one life that's expressing as you. As you. You're the only one. There's no other one but you. And so, regardless of what the data looks like, regardless of what the reports from the doctors say, regardless of what the news tells us, what's really true? I'm asking that as actual, not a rhetorical question, but a question to maybe give us some answers from your heart and your knowing, because you're all very wise, incredibly spiritual people. I did not feel well this morning. I almost called in sick. Boy, am I glad I didn't, because half the staff is out. So something told me, no, just go. You can get a chair if you need to sit down, if you feel a little dizzy. I'm doing great so far. We're just here, all of us. Those on Zoom, you're here too. So what do you know at the core of your being when everything else looks so crazy and uncertain? What do you turn to? What do you rely on within yourself, within your own practice? I'm really curious if you would be willing to share some of those things that help you stay grounded, to stay present. Yes, nice and loud so everybody can hear.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I've been on quite a journey for the past 4 years, and at 74, I never thought I'd go, I thought my life would be very different, but here we are, here I am, here. And it's been very challenging for me. And so I honestly probably.
Thank you. Thank you, Monty.
I've got a big voice. I don't know what I
That's
need.
all right. Well, it's helpful for the Zoom people.
Oh, for the Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry. I probably say let go, let go, let go continually through my day. And when there's I observe a lot of resistance that I have, and that's coming up for me. I'm sure I'm not alone in this room. And I'm very well aware of that. And I just talk to myself and I have to tell myself to let go, let go, let God, let go, let go. And it is helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. Somebody else? Just pass it on down. Thank you. Yeah, just, cut to, if you can, just for time. And what's the thing that you do, the actual physical or mental or spiritual consciousness thing that you do?
One thing I've just learned recently, and it's from a podcast from Mel Robbins, and she has a book. It's called Let Them. And it's just let them be who they are and do what they're going to do. It's not mine. And I really just need to just remember it's all I can worry about is me. And it's not what I was taught.
Yeah, right.
So I have to unteach myself.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things that I just need to do and to stay centered.
Thank you.
I got something. I can use my mic.
Oh, yes,
though.
you can.
I'm cheating. I just go to my plants. I got millions of them. Some of them are, all different places of needing to be repotted or put in water or changed or pinched or something. I just go to my plants, period.
Thank you, Catherine. That's a great idea. Thank you.
I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I go, I have to focus on my recovery.
Yes, you
And
do.
we learn all those things in that fellowship. And it does go a lot easier, let go, let God.
Yeah.
Sometimes I also go to a meditation group, and they taught us that when we're within our soul, that little voice tries to come in, just visualize that it's a little tiny monkey on your shoulder and just go to the corner, monkey, I'm busy. And then pull back in to where you're communicating with your higher power. So that works. And I don't know, sometimes I have to tell God, say, hey, you created me. You're going to have to fix it. I didn't ask for this job, but somebody's got to do it. Thank you.
Excellent. Anybody else?
I got a little thingy here.
Thank you, Premdaya. Talk into the mic though. So that
I was just thinking. I don't know exactly how to say this, but it's like, it feels like the times now are like a crucible, and that I'm in this crucible that's asking of me, hey, now you get to practice all the stuff that you've been working on in your life. Now you get to walk your talk. Is love God Are you love? Are you that walking expression? How do I do that now? What is that? What does that call from me in this moment? And that's kind of working for me. And also the shaking thing.
Mhm.
I do some of that, but also there's this thing when it all just starts to get, I just go and just immediately go to that I am place that I found inside of me.
Thank you. So what's now? What now? We get to choose. The affirmation was so perfect for today. I choose. What now? We choose. I, for a while, have been in sort of not denial, but just like la 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 la. I don't want to look at all the stuff. And just in the last week, that has been really weird and crazy and busy. I've started taking little action steps for my own better well-being. I've gotten more information about different things that are going on. I've been proactive in a different way. I'm also asking for help in a different way. Definitely asking for help in a different way. Because I realize if I have to do all this research online, my head feels like it's full of bees. I can't do it. So I need somebody else who loves to do deep dives and researches and can call out the information that's going to be good for me and say, here's the summary that I'm presenting to you. And I say, thank you, that's so helpful. Here's the 4 things that I think you might try. Thank you, that's great. Because all of it makes me feel like I have bees in my head. And I have to talk to the bees. You know, can you just go back to the hive for a little while? Stop trying to swarm in me. So we can ask for what we need. I've gotten overwhelmed a number of times at home, and my lovely, loving husband, tell me what's going on. We do that in the moment we're freaking out? Not really. So what I go is, not now, I'm going outside. So I run outside. I have the presence of mind to put my shoes and coat on, even in the midst of freaking out. And I just run around my property or we have these art sculptures that are made out of PVC pipes stuck in the ground with rebar, and I can shake them and not hurt myself or anybody else and make a lot of noise. And it's really great to get the energy out, because I can't listen when all that energy is coalescing into bees in my brain. So finding ways to explain to people what's going on. It feels like I've got bees in my brain. Oh, somebody can get that. Help ourselves by helping other people know what's happening for us. I can't listen to you right now because my brain has stopped working. Sometimes we just have to say that. Give me 5 minutes, then I can listen to you. And then we say that to ourselves. Give me 5 minutes, and then I can listen to you, little monkey. If there's something important, I'll get it. But most of it's just chatter, right? Give yourself 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of breathing, maybe moving like a crazy person, but maybe it's just as simple as making sure your feet are grounded. You find your heart and your solar plexus, and you just rock. And you are the child being rocked, and you are the one doing the rocking. And you're just saying, it's going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. We'll do the next 10 minutes together, and then the next 10. And then we'll see where we are. We have to take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other. All of you, I'm sure, do some good work in this world. All of you are the presence of God and love when you go out in the world, whatever it is that you do or don't do. That's what we can do. That's what we can be. That's what we can demonstrate, is the actual love of the divine in action. And what is ours to do will become clear. Big things or small things. What is mine to do right this moment, today? And then tomorrow will come. I promise tomorrow will come. Take a big breath. Let it go. One big breath. Let it go. Something is moving in me, and I don't open to it now. I open to it now. I think that's all there is to be said today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. It's truly my honor to be here today. I showed up because of you, because of who comes to this church, this beautiful center. I knew that I would feel okay. I knew that I would be fine, whatever was happening with me. And I knew that you will be fine, whatever is happening in the world. I knew that. And so I showed up, even though I don't feel great, because I feel great because of you. And because we know.
Is there another song?
Nope. Just there can be. What would you like? Did something pop up for you, or should we sing something again, or? Oh, yes, that's a good one. This is a Clancy song. My mom is Reverend Clancy. She also writes songs. In this moment, all is well. That's the song that she wrote in her head, walking the halls of the hospital when my bonus dad often was in the hospital. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, 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 all is well. Go back to the beginning. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, 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 all is well. This moment, because we're all okay right now. Yeah, right now. That's all there is. Later will take care of itself. Before's already happened. Now I think we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.